Project 613, day 125, continuing on the mitzvahs associated with the harvest. As we learned, the harvest must be a compassionate harvest, and there are certain parts of the fields, certain fruits, etc., that need to be left for the poor to collect. Today we learn about the tithe that must be given to the poor. After a Jew harvested his field and has all the produce and everything is in the storehouses, he brings it home. Before he derives any benefit from the harvest, he must separate certain tithes. As we're going to learn, there are certain amounts that must be given to the kohen, to the priest, a certain amount that needs to be given to the Levite. Then there is another tithe, another 10% that must be separated, which depending on the year, that will determine what is done with that 10% of the produce. Let me explain. When the Jewish people came into the land of Israel, they started a system of counting 7-year cycles. 6 years of working the field, and the 7th year is Shemitah, the sabbatical year when they're not allowed to work the field. Similar to 6 weekdays, and then the 7th day is Shabbat. Now, the first, second, fourth, and fifth year of this system, the 10% that was separated after several other tithes was taken by the owner to be eaten in Jerusalem. We'll learn about that soon. Today we're learning that on the 3rd and 6th year of this cycle, 10% must be separated and given to the poor. In Hebrew, this is called Meiser Oni, the tithe for the poor. This is a specific gift to the poor that's associated with, the produce of your field. But we also learned that there is a mitzvah of Tzedakah, of giving charity to the poor. This has nothing to do with whether you're a field owner, an orchard owner, whether you're rich or poor. Every Jew has an obligation to give tzedakah to the poor. We have an obligation to support the poor and to make sure that they have what they need. We're not obligated to make them rich, but we must take care of their needs, and not their bare necessities, but to make them comfortable, to make sure that they feel that they have the dignity to go out there and be like the rest of society. The positive commandment to give tzedakah, and there's a negative commandment that one must not ignore the poor. When a poor approaches and asks for money, we must give them something based on our means, and every single person is obligated and has the opportunity to give tzedakah. Even the very poor needs to be involved in tzedakah. Maimonides enumerates 8 levels of giving charity, one which is greater than the other. The highest level is to give a loan, to help someone get a job, to put them on their own feet. If you're not able to do that and you're able to give charity, make sure to give it with a smile. Ensure that the poor, when they're taking a handout, they should not feel like second-class citizens. God is the one to determine rich and poor, and God gives money to the more fortunate in order that they should share it with the poor. This is such a beautiful mitzvah. There's so much to talk about it, but today we're just going to suffice with the fact that we learn about 3 mitzvahs associated with supporting the poor. The tithe that's given to the poor twice during the 7-year cycle, and the mitzvah of tzedakah to give charity and to support the poor, and the negative commandment, we are not allowed to ignore the poor. Thank you all for watching. More tomorrow.